Hello everybody, welcome back to another fantastic Friday with Dannphan. Yes, I am here. I hope you've all been having a wonderful Friday as well as a wonderful new year, because now we are kicking off 2025, baby. Oh yeah. And there are gonna be a ton of changes made for 2025. Hopefully changes for the better. That's what I'm hoping anyways. We'll see. But I'm going forward with the new year with positive vibes, so to say. Not to sound too much like a white girl, but you know, I am. So, how's everybody been? I hope everyone's doing okay. Bad news, been fighting a cold for much of my time off. Good news, finally finished coloring a picture I've been working on for a while. Well, I guess you balanced yourself out. Yeah, I find it difficult to do even like small work when I'm sick. Not because it's impossible to do, but just because my brain is not operating on 100% power. I need to be doing like mindless work, really, when I'm feeling under the weather. Definitely not writing. I don't think I write, oh man, I gotta fix this set. There you go, there's my 2025, my 2025 to-do list. I need to fix this entire setup. Have I ever showed you what this side of the camera looks like? It's not good. I need to do something about it at some point. But yeah. Happy New Year. Happy birthday, Jay Vulcan. I didn't know it was his birthday. That's pretty cool. Doing alright, trying to stay warm since it's snowing in my area. It's not snowing over here, but it is quite cold. It's been very windy. That's the real issue. Just nothing but bone-chilling wind. But other than that, it's been pretty nice. You know, could have worse weather for the winter. What has been happening this week? I don't think too much has been happening. I think it's mostly all the same news that we heard last week. But the exciting thing is just that we have started the new year. And new things are coming. Oh, the Wallace and Gromit movie came out. Goddamn. I gotta see that. I love Wallace and Gromit. I'm only saying this because I'm looking on a media news website, and they have a review up, and I'm like, oh, I want to see that. It's actually a movie I want to see. God damn it. Yeah, it doesn't really look like too much is going on, or at least not too much that's new that's going on. A lot of old stuff people still talking about. Enjoy your read comics videos. Oh yeah, gonna be more of those coming this year. I've got people, right? My people know what is the best cringe for me to review next. Man, there's a couple other DC YAs that are fairly new that we'll have to do read-throughs of eventually here on the channel. So there's this Harley Quinn one that I was waiting to find, and finally now I have found it. It's The Strange Case of Harleen and Harley, which is a Harley Quinn story, but it's reworked to fit the plot line of Jekyll and Hyde, as you can probably tell by the title. I don't know why they would do that, but they did it, so I'm gonna read that. It looks like it could be pretty funny, or at least amusing, you know? It doesn't sound like a good idea, but it could be an amusing idea. Entertainment, right? And there's this other one, the Blue Beetle one. I hear that it's so awful. My friend who's reading it, he's had to take multiple breaks from reading it because of how cringe it is. So that one's probably gonna be rough. And then I could do more read-throughs of Nothing But Nightwing, of course. I think people will probably keep watching those if I wanted to do a part 2. And there's Avengers Academy. We always have Avengers Academy. Yeah. Two-Face is already Jekyll and Hyde. Well, now they want to do it with Harley. I don't know why. They just wanted to... Yeah. It's a lot more... It's a lot less subtle than Two-Face with how they approached it for the DCYA. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what other DCYAs do I still have to read? Well, they made another Nubia one, which is mind-boggling. Nubia is one of the worst ones. Nubia Real One was the title of the original. And then the sequel, they're titling Nubia 2 Real? That's crazy. I'm baffled that it has a sequel. All I can assume is that she has some dirt on the publisher, or it was part of her contract originally. They just like signed her on for more than one comic. I don't know. I don't know what kind of deal they had. But that's not a good comic. Nubia Real One? No, that's not a good comic. That's one of the worst ones. By far. Out of all the ones I've read from DCYA, that's pretty up there. Oh, we've got the April Fool's comic. The Harley Quinn April Fool's comic, which is about her farting. I think I mentioned that before on another stream, but yes, that is a real thing that DC is coming out with. I guess I have to read it. It's my thing now. I guess I have to read it. Oh, it's tough. It's a tough job out there. But you know how it is. Now yes, Phenomenova. Phenomenova. Yeah, I think it's Phenomenova, right? Yeah, I did a little fan art piece for Vaughn not too long ago. Because he hasn't really been advertising it that much, but he's doing a fan art contest. So I just like submitted. I didn't know what to do for the art piece. I just did the main character running. Running is fine, right? He's got speed. He's a speedy guy. So you can just draw him running. I tried to make it a little bit more interesting by doing like some sort of extreme perspective thing, but I'm still kind of weak when it comes to doing these really cool perspective shots. It's something that I definitely need to keep working on. Why is this trending? It's so distracting. I wish I could remove the trending part of Twitter. I mean X, right? So stupid. Whatever. Whatever, it's fine. The point I was trying to make is, yeah, I've read Phenomenova. I haven't done a review of it or anything, but I thought it was pretty good considering it's his first thing that he's coming out with, right? Or it's his first comic, because I think he things, but it's not that bad. And he obviously had a lot of people helping him to make sure that it was as polished as it could be. I've read a lot of comics from people who just started out, who just like hopped into the indie comics field, had no idea what they were doing, and then just put out a shitter, you know? For lack of better terminology. They just put out a real shitter of a comic. And it's kind of upsetting to see, because I really want indie comics to do well, and I really want a lot of good, talented people entering indie comics, and I want those talented people to get a lot of attention when it comes to funding their own work. So it's a little bit frustrating when somebody puts out an indie comic campaign, and it's their first campaign, and they don't really know what they're doing, and it's just not good. And that's happened a couple times where I just noticed that it's not really up to par. I think that when I first started out like reviewing indie comics, I thought, okay, well, I have to hold it to the standard of comics being published by the big publishers because they want to compete with the big publishers. And that's, if you notice that my earlier reviews of indie comics were more harsh back in the day, that's why. It's because people were originally saying you need to turn to indie comics because this is the competition for the big publishers. That's why I treated it a little bit more harshly, with higher standards, right? I've lowered my standards a little bit after reading enough indie comics to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I need to understand a lot of people are getting into indie comics who don't know what they're doing. And sometimes that's okay. You figure it out as you go. So long as there is potential for improvement, I'll support them going their own way. But yeah, so there's been like a little bit of a shift with how I approach looking at indie comics and seeing if they actually have potential. There's still plenty of shitters out there that I don't think have any potential and should have never been made. It's just like pure ego. I wanted to feel important by writing a comic, so here's my comic, now clap, But there are also people who are inexperienced but passionate. Those are the people I will keep supporting, even if it's not perfect when they first release it, Because at least the passion is there. I can always appreciate that. Also, thank you, Mark Schaefer. It came, it arrived, it turned out awesome. Sonic City Witch, let's go. Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Glad to hear. Yeah, most people should have gotten their books by now, but if you haven't, there is a chance that I'm not able to ship your book because maybe I don't have your address. There's a couple people on Kickstarter who just never got back with an address when I reached out to them. And I get it. Sometimes people are just busy, but other times maybe your email is blocking me when I send a message. So it's always safer for you to contact me. Some emails, depending on how you set up your settings, it'll just block unknown emails, which, sometimes includes me. So if you haven't gotten a tracking number in your email, there's a chance that I have not shipped your comic. Because everyone automatically just gets the tracking number sent to the email. Whatever email you had, Kickstarter, that's the email that it sent to. So, if that is the case, don't hesitate to reach out to me, figure out if your comic has shipped, or if I need your address, you can just tell me what your address is and I'll get it out there. Because I can do that. But yeah. People need more than shallow ego if they want to produce a good comic. Very true. Very true. I know. I know. Of those things. I see it a lot, especially with YouTubers, of course. And now I don't want to shit on myself, of course. I am by force a YouTuber. But to be fair, I did want to do comics before I actually went all in on doing YouTube. I was already doing like web comics, and I was already like coming up with stories and stuff. They weren't good, don't get me wrong. It takes a while to like get good at writing and not produce cringe. You gotta learn, and you gotta take criticism and feedback and get reviews and all that stuff. But I did want to get into comics for the whole YouTube thing. There's a lot of YouTubers, though, who just want to do a comic because they want to capitalize on some sort of trend, or they have some vague interest in it. You know, they're not aiming to be a comic creator or a comic artist or writer. It's just that they have some vague interest in it, and they think that, you know, people would buy their comic, so they do it. And there's a lot less passion that goes into those type of comics. Not that I'm saying that they shouldn't be allowed to make them, but I don't feel like it's very representative of indie comics as a whole. Because what I see as indie comics are people who want to actually get into the comic industry and trying to prove that they can do it by doing it on their own first. Or maybe professionals who have had a story rejected by the comic industry and they want to prove, well, I can just do it on my own. That's for the most part how I see indie comics. So people who do cash grab type of campaigns, I don't really see them as being representative of what indie comic crowdfunding is or should be, you know? You're wearing a sweater and your nose is red. How cold is it there? It's cold. It's cold. It's been cold. Ugh. Unfortunately, like, wearing a sweater, it always makes my hair all frizzy. You know how it is. Static and whatnot. But yeah. Also, this just in from the Twitters. And people know now that I have preposterously big eyes. It's not. It's a shitpost tweet, but yeah, this is a super old photo. It's probably like 6 years old or something. Maybe 5 years old, because I have like fairly long hair, I guess. But yeah, it's not photoshopped. Somebody was like, it looks like it's actually photoshopped. It's not. It's just an old photo. But yes. The joke is, why do you always draw people with such big eyes? My eyes in real life. They do look preposterously big in this photo. I think part of it is the lighting, but also I do just genuinely have giant eyes. I think I've said before that I just have big. My glasses, it holds back my true power level. That's what it is. Yeah, Trisha Battle Angel. That's it. Oh man. As you can imagine, the comments. Somebody posted a meme from what is the show? The Boys? There it is. Yep, there I am. With my giant eyes. Fear the eyes. I don't like that one. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but I don't want to ever read that manga. Yeah, it's just a super old Instagram photo that, like, while I was browsing through my Instagram, I pulled up and I'm like, damn, my eyes look preposterously big in that one. But yes, I got big eyes. People now have found this out, my secret. It's not the post that you want to get viral, but that's kind of how that works, right? It's always the post you don't want to get viral that, like, blows up. Big eyes are justice. Yeah, there you go. Gore strike incoming. I don't know, I feel like I've seen other people post clips from The Boys on YouTube. The show has so much gore in it. It feels super unnecessary. But I guess that's kind of the draw into the show, is people who want a super bloody, gory superhero thing. Or, well, superhero thing, right? It's more like morally gray super thing. But, you know. Picks up her contact lenses with a forklift. Hey. That's why I can't get a replacement for my contacts. I have to keep the glasses on. The face you make. Yeah. There you go. But I wasn't expecting it to blow up, of all things. It's always the weirdest tweets that explode. Some algorithm nonsense. Or maybe people are just genuinely shocked that I have big eyes, and they're like, man, must share. I must share this strange human being. Look at this freak. Oh, man. So, anyone got New Year's resolutions? Right now, my general resolution is to be posting more art. Just like a general thing. Obviously, I'm gonna be putting out the new comics. I'm gonna, at least new comic. I'm gonna at the very least be putting out Reaper Book 2. Because that's the... Everybody got Sonic City Witch. That's taken care of. All good. And if you haven't gotten it, you know, email me, as I said before. Where the heck is it? Oh, yeah. So now, we turn to Reaper Book 2. Reaper Book 2. There's gonna be a lot of changes, my friend. Hopefully changes for the better, of course. So one of the things I gotta figure out is a redesign for the logo. I have a few different options, kinda just, you know, feeling around, asking people their opinions on what they think would be best. And then eventually I'll start getting to work on the cover, post that for like a promotional thing. I'm almost done the drafts for Book 2. So, the hardest part, right, just getting it written and getting it nice and nice. At the very least, getting the story down and knowing how many pages it's going to be. But, and then there's just the inking, which, yes, will take a while because a lot of polishing is involved. But for the most part, almost done the first draft. And that's a big, big step. Yeah, my New Year's resolution is 8K. There you go. I sleep. My resolution is to finally stop living for BS and start being true to myself more. I respect. Respect, my dude. Obtain abs. It's a good looking cover though. Why a new logo? For Reaper. I'm not really, I mean, like, I don't completely hate the original logo, but I just feel like it's not doing what it needs to do. I feel like it could be cleaner. Part of me wanted to reach out to somebody to actually redo the logo for me. I don't really know anybody though. I mean, I guess I could reach out to, I know other people in comics, and they might know people who do graphic design and logo stuff. So I could ask around. The last time, though, that I tried to just like probe Twitter. Terrible mistake. I feel like a couple of times and I just don't learn my lesson. But I make a post and I'm like, hey, I got a graphic design, I'm looking for someone to do logo work, anyone interested? And then you get swarmed by bots and people who just don't listen. It's like even the people who are not bots, they do not listen to like what I actually need. And they should be hung. This might seem controversial, but I think people who don't listen when I'm trying to inquire about a job should die. Demonetized instantly. I'm joking. Sheesh, relax. God. Okay, but seriously though. I do have a few drafts that I could like polish up and do myself. I don't know. I don't know for sure what I'll be doing. I'll ask a few people for their advice. Maybe if I get an outsider opinion, figure it out, you know? A logo is fine the way it... Yeah, it's fine, but I know it could... That's the thing. If you can make something better, you should. That's winning attitude right there. But yeah. And we'll get to work on book 2. There's nothing super inherently wrong about how the first book was printed, but it's not exactly what I wanted. So, starting with book 2, I will be going to a new printer who can actually do what I want for the book. And hopefully that'll be a good new experience, because it's always really tricky working with new printers. You don't know like what you're gonna get out of them, but it's not entirely our first time working with them. It's just the first time we're working with them for a comic. It's going to be the same printer that printed Adam's book, Slayer in the Wide Valley, which is also available on burningstarcomics.net. But yeah, it's going to be that same printer. Good prices. And it looks like they'll actually be able to produce what I want. So, hopefully work with them, and hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, I'll probably just mostly be selling off what we have the rest of book 1 in the book 2 campaign. Of course, unless you want to buy it directly from the website, you're free to do that. But if you want to wait until book 2 campaign comes out, I'll have a bundle option. You can bundle both books together and get caught up. And then after that, I'll probably be putting out a second edition of book 1, because switching printers, right? So I should have a version of book 1 with the new printing style so that it all flows together nicely. And I figure I might as well do a variant cover for book 1, distinguish them a little bit more. It'll make it'll make the first edition look that much more special, the fact that it's different from what is going to be book 1. But yeah, we'll figure it out along the way. Right now, I want to do book 2, work with the new printer, see if it works. See if they are a good people to go with. Because if they're not, then I'm just wasting my time. We do things one step at a time, feel the waters, you know, see how things are. And then, if everything's all good, we'll get second edition of book 1 with the same printer. And that'll be good. Off topic, but I got to see Sonic 3 over the last weekend. It turned out better than I thought it would. Yeah. Sonic 3 was pretty good. Pretty good. People are saying it's the best out of the 3. Maybe. I still have a soft spot in my heart for the first Sonic movie, mostly because it was the most simple of all the Sonic movies, and also Robotnik was the most intimidating in the first movie. Something that I hate that they keep on doing is repeating the same joke over and over again for the sequels. You gotta stop. Multiple running gags? No. You can't do multiple. You get one. Pick one, and then ignore all the other ones. Because it gets annoying. It's like, man, am I watching the same movie? Or... But then again, people like repetitive jokes sometimes. It's just repetition tends to be my personal gripe about a lot of stuff. But I like Sonic 3. It was pretty good. I think it was better than Sonic 2. By far. So it's good to see that there was a lot of improvements made from the last movie to the newest movie. I don't know how they're gonna handle Sonic 4. Who's to say, right? I don't want to reveal too much about the ending credit scenes and get people upsetty spaghetti at me, but it's fine. I'm sure people will find out what the end credit scenes are in like a couple months or something, and then I can actually talk about it. But for right now, I'll wait until everybody says that they've seen it. Or wait until it's like released to Paramount Plus to ensure that people had every opportunity there is to have seen it. I'm not actually one of those people who get upset at spoilers. I do not care at all if something is spoiled for me. I don't think that it ruins the experience, really. I see how it could ruin the experience for somebody else, though. Like, no matter if I know how something is going to end or not, it's still enjoyable to watch how it happens, for me. For me. Even if I know how it's going to end, I still want to see the journey to get to that end. But yeah, some people get really upset about spoilers. So, you know, I'll be as courteous as I can be. Might go to theaters for Sonic 3, though I also kinda want to wait for the Blu-ray. Oh, a Blu-ray man. Good, good. Jim Carrey looks like he had lots of fun doing it. Yeah, he looks like he's having fun in general doing movies again. New sub here. Any games you looking forward to this year? New games that come out this year? I don't suppose... What was the... It was Elden Ring Night Rain, right? That's not coming out this year, though, is it? Yes. It's scheduled to release in 2025. When is that coming out? Night Rain looks like it could be right up my alley, honestly. There's a lot of co-op haters, right? I am not one of them. I love playing games with my boyfriend. It's even more fun when he can just play with me, and as I've mentioned before, it's one of the most popular mods on Elden Ring is the seamless co-op mod, so it makes sense that they would want to do a... It just says 2025, it doesn't have a specific date. Stupid. I wanted an exact date for when this comes out. But yeah, so yes, very excited to play that. And Silk Song when it finally comes out. The game's never coming out, is it? Just give up. Abandon all hope, ye who wait for Silk Song. Ah. Yeah, Night Rain will be sick. And they let you solo. I played through Dark Souls 3 the first time with my best friends, so that was fun. Yeah, you know, Adam, when I was first getting into Dark Souls, right? Adam would, he recommended that I start with Dark Souls 3 because it's the most polished. So I played Souls games backwards. I played 3, 2, and then 1. And I really enjoyed them. But when I was playing 3, he would co-op with me. You know, help me get through levels and in general, have fun together. The annoying thing is a lot of people just don't want you to play with your friends when you're playing Dark Souls 3. A lot of invaders, and they're cheating. And they try to corrupt your save file. And so what should be like happy game time with my boyfriend turns into anxious, horrible time trying to back up our saves. You know. But that's why we need seamless co-op. That's why we need the seamless co-op mod. Now, apparently, it's just like a huge problem. A lot of Dark Souls invaders just really like invading people with cheats. But yeah, I still enjoyed the games. Don't worry, but we couldn't really play through all of them. We couldn't really play through all of Dark Souls 3 with co-op. It just wasn't really manageable because of all the invasions. Which is a shame, because, you know, not everybody wants to get invaded by somebody just cheating at the game. Should be... I've said this for a while, but there should be a toggle for invasions. A game shouldn't force you to have a connection with somebody. Because obviously, once the connection is established, they can mess with your game files and shit. And that's not cool. That's not fun. But you know. They're always adding some update to their anti-cheat. And once they do, it takes like a day or two, and then people figure out how to get around it. Had to deal with a lot of BS invaders as well. Even funnier when you make them rage quit. Yeah, right. I mean, yeah. It's irritating. For sure. The thing to do would be to, like, pull the plug on the Ethernet to cut off the connection before they do some funny business, but, you know. Shouldn't have to be like that, is just what I'm saying. There should be a little bit more control over stuff like that. Bah, yeah. I don't know, do I have anything else to say? These Fridays with Dannphan, it's all like just a free-for-all type of topic. Any topic that comes up, briefly talk about it. And sometimes, but not today, I have certain topics that I want to cover and will just bring up. But not today. I'm just completely blank. I got nothing. Nothing's going on. Of course, I'm sure you could probably piece together, yes, I like the Souls-like content. I think it's a pretty decent structure for a game, if I do say so myself. I do also kind of like Metroidvania types. Not too shabby. I will admit, I'm not the biggest fan of platforming, though. Well, the issue is I'm not good at it, right? If I was really good at it, I'd probably like it. But I'm not. And therein lies the problem. Any anime from the winter season you're looking forward to? You know, that's a good question. Let's look up what anime we got for this year. Because it's actually been a while since I've heard. There were a couple, like, trailers that were popping up on my YouTube feed, actually. But I can't even... One of them was called, like, False Memory, right? But it's not really from Japan. It's like a Chinese animated thing. It looked good, though. Despite, I mean, I have no idea what it's about. The trailer revealed absolutely nothing when it came to discussing what the anime was about. But it looked pretty okay. I would still watch it despite knowing absolutely nothing that's going on. Let's see, we got Sakamoto Days. Never have read the manga, but I know that it's popular, and I would probably watch it. Maybe read the manga and then watch it. I don't know. We got some harems. Ugh, they have a season 2 of My Happy Marriage. Yeah, disgusting. We got Dr. Stone Science Future? Oh, 4th season. Okay, yes. I was wondering, like, is this a spin-off of Dr. Stone? But no, it's just a unique name for the 4th season of Dr. Stone. Oh my god! Finally, Hanako-kun gets a season 2? I did not hear about this. The last I heard about Hanako-kun was that they were going to be reanimating the 1st season. I don't know why. I didn't think the 1st season was that badly animated. Like, it was a little bit cheap looking, sure, but I still enjoyed it. Yeah, wow, that's a happy little surprise. I enjoy this show. I enjoy this manga. I would certainly enjoy a season 2 of that. Hell yeah. What is even going on here? Alright, what is this called? I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss. And then it cuts off because the title is too damn long. I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Oh, okay. I get it now. I get the concept. That's a little bit funny. It's just like I don't want to be here at work anymore, so I'll solo any boss. This like receptionist who is actually super duper strong, and they get her to fight things by... That's the funny part about these super long titles. You don't actually need to read the synopsis. You just have to read the title, and then you piece together what it's about. I read this manga, The Medaka is Impervious to My Charms. The manga started off pretty okay, but it turned into a harem. So, fuck this. Not anymore, no. Can't recommend. Can you keep a secret? Oh, is this a saucy office romance? This some josei or yosei or whatever, I forget what it's called. I think it's josei, but they aren't just any coworkers. They totally have the hots for each other. His helpful yet humble attitude makes her giddy, and her cuteness leaves him grinning like a fool. Problem is, they're trying to keep their new relationship under wraps to avoid making things awkward at work. But seeing how they can't keep their hands off each other, they run the risk of spilling their little secret with each passing day at the office. Sponsored by the Japanese government. Hell yeah. I'll watch that. That just sounds cute. That just sounds cute. I like romance, and it seems very tame. So, yeah, sure, I'll watch that. That's so cute. And Unnamed Memory. This is not the one that I was thinking of. This is... Oh, it's the second season. Okay. Head hunted to another world. It's another isekai. That's all you need to know. Zenshu. I've never seen this before. Interesting little image we got here, though. I assume it's another isekai? After graduating high school, Hirose starts her career as an animator. Her talent quickly flourishes. She makes her debut as a director in no time. Anime becomes a hit. Next project is set to be a romantic movie. However, having never been in love herself, she struggles to understand. Of course, classic. That's it. Oh. You see, like, after you say, however, she doesn't understand the concept of love itself, you're supposed to say, but then this super hot guy comes around and teaches her what love is. You're supposed to say that, but instead it just... instead, the synopsis just ends. What was this? Hang on a second here. It's just like, yeah. Production comes to a standstill. She fails. The end. Alright. Thanks for that. I'll probably check this one out, though. I want to see where... If Zenshu finds boyfriend. Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. That seems familiar for some reason. I think I've just seen something that looks similar to this. You know, all of these isekais, they start to blend together after a while. They really do. There's only so many main character harems you can make. Next Blue Exorcist arc. That's pretty hype. Ubelblatt. Oh, sorry, Ubelblatt. We've got German in the title. So, Bad Blood. Right? No. Blood would be you, right? Blood? Sorry. I'm not super fluent in German, as you can probably tell. Rumors stir throughout the land when the wielder of the black sword draws his dark blade. All who stand in his path are torn asunder. Coinzel, the mysterious young boy who carries the black sword, undeniably wields... Okay. 4 powerful warriors, 7 heroes. Battles end. Only the shocking truth of Coinzel's quest will stand above the corpses of enemy. Alright, there's nothing... There's not really a hook in the description. I would still watch it, though. I would still watch it, but there needs to be, like, a little bit something more to make me keep watching it. There's gotta be, like, I don't know. Right now it just sounds, like, kind of generic. Dude wielding a black sword, and people are like, ugh, he's bad. But he's like, am I really bad, though? I don't think so. And that's it. There's gotta be something else, is all I'm saying. Phantom Trigger, never heard of it. Looks like just training high school girls with guns. Yep, sounds about right. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Reverse isekai, essentially. But it's a little bit more interesting than I think the generic isekai is. Inuyasha is kind of both. And I think some of the best episodes are honestly the episodes where Inuyasha goes to modern day Japan. Those are very funny and entertaining. even though it's basically just filler, it's filler that works. There's a lot of filler in Inuyasha, trust me, that does not work. But those filler episodes where he goes to modern day Japan totally work. But yeah, I'm kind of lukewarm on the Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Like I said, I feel like there needs to be another hook to this. Rather than, oh, isn't it quirky? She's an elf. It's like, well, there's a lot of fucking elves, man. There's a lot of elf bitches right now in anime. What else you got? Living with an otaku neat? Nah. Even the worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest. Fucking stop it. Stop titling I'm actually the strongest in your isekais. Another villainous fucking dad's been reincarnated. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's not cool anymore. Medalist. Ice skating, huh? Well, it can't be worse than Yuri on Ice. Bunch of isekais. More isekai. It's also tiring. It's also tiring. Make it stop. Anyway, I'm falling in love with you. This sounds familiar. I know this. I know this manga, but I can't remember it. But I know this title. Let's see. Okay. Parents totally forgot. The senpai she likes isn't interested in her, but when her longtime childhood friend asks her out, sort out what this change in relationship could mean. Okay, so love triangle. Love triangle, but she probably ends up with the friend, the childhood friend. One of those. That's fine. That's fine. You know, it's not the top 10 things I'm looking for, but that's fine. Oh god, more isekais. Make them stop. Make them stop, man. Okay. Witchy Pretty Cure. This also sounds familiar. I think maybe I've just seen people posting fan art of it. I don't think I've actually ever seen it. More season 2s. I wish that they would separate, like, what is actually a brand new series and what is the next seasons. I mean, isn't that what this is supposed to be for? The TV continuing section? But instead they're still, like, posting season 2s in this section also. It's kind of confusing. I broke the website. Alright. Well, that's everything, guys. Okay, there we go. It's back to normal. It's okay, guys, I fixed it. Alright, that's all the anime. Basically. I mean, I skipped a bunch, of course, but you gotta, you know, you gotta really attract my attention quickly, because I only got so much time on this live stream. But yeah, there's a couple decent things coming out that I'm pretty excited for. Office romances just don't work. People get fired too often. Well, the idea is that they were already dating before, and they just so happened to be working with each other. But I'll totally watch all of that, and so long as it's as adorable as it sounds, I will enjoy it. Yeah, Evangelion's synopsis should have been, teens try to save the world. They fail! Basically, yeah. I don't know, I've never seen, like, the, what do I even call it? The rebooted Evangelion movie? Thrice Upon whatever with, yeah. They inserted it, like, a new character as, like, the main character's romance, which I find very funny. In general, I always find that funny, because it's like, oh, okay. fan fiction, here we come. But I would still watch it because I heard that it had a happier ending than the actual ending of Neon Genesis Evangelion. The rebuild films, is that what they're called? Okay. Yeah, I'd watch those too. Let's see, you know, roll the dice, let's see what we get on the third ending. Because I've only ever seen the TV ending and then the first movie ending. And then I thought, okay, well, I don't like either of those endings. So, what am I gonna do, I guess? But yeah, I'll have to check out the rebuild. Let me see. I got an email confirming the purchase, but not the physical book. So, what it is, you should have gotten an email from Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is the company that is that I get the labels from. So, when it ships out, you should get in the email a tracking number. It won't specify this is a tracking number for this campaign. You know, it's not that, they're not that good of a company, but it'll just tell you, oh, there's a shipment out for delivery, here's your tracking number. It's something generally like that. If you didn't get that email, it's either because, like, the email is being blocked, or it's because I didn't ship out your comic because I might not have your shipping information. So, with that being said, you should, if maybe my email is being blocked, maybe you should email me, you know, with your order number, etc., and then your address, and I'll figure it out. If your book already shipped, I'll give you, like, whatever tracking information. If your book didn't ship, then we'll get it shipped to you. It's what we do. But yeah. Most people, I believe, have their books, or their books are on the way. Sometimes, you know, it depends where they live. Like, for example, if you're overseas, it's probably going to take you longer to get your books. Because how the overseas shipping works is, first it ships it to a sorting center, and then from the sorting center, it'll ship it overseas. So it takes longer. Basically, it's taking probably like 2 weeks, and this also depends like where package is shipped, etc., etc. Hadn't checked my email today. Oh, lol, never mind, I think I got it here today. That's kind of funny, if you literally got it as soon as the... Oh, I got it, yay! Perfect! Yeah. But seriously, guys, if you're watching and you haven't gotten the tracking number and you haven't gotten your book yet, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll figure it out. We'll figure out what's wrong, and we'll get it all fixed up for you. What could have also happened, although this happens very rarely, is that something's wrong with the package, or the address gets smeared or something, and then it gets returned to me. That doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does happen. It's happened like a couple times, maybe like 3 times grand total before, where the address was just like wrong, and it got sent back to my P.O. box, and then I had to ship it out again, you know? But we'll figure it out together if you didn't get your comics. Because that's what we do. Yeah, there you go. I'm just that good. I fixed it for you right now. Alright guys, so that's an hour. We did it. We got through the first Friday with Dannphan of 2025. Woo! We're doing good so far. So I guess I'll tell you good night. Log off. I have to finish doing a commission, actually. I'm almost done said commission, so I don't think it'll take me too long to finish it up. And then what else do I have to do tonight? Maybe I'll do a game fan stream. Not sure. Depends if we can figure out a game to actually play. But yeah, follow me on social media and etc. If you want to see more posts of me with my big eyes, feel free to follow me on X, Instagram, Minds, Pixiv. There's probably other accounts out there somewhere. But yeah, I think those are like the main ones. It's difficult to post to a million platforms. But yeah, so thank you everybody for joining me on another fantastic Friday. Let's make 2025 a good year. Yay, positivity. And good night. I'll see you next week, perhaps. Good night, everybody. Bye.